What's going on, Boiler Nation? It is Tuesday night. It's August 19th, 2025. And you're listening or watching the Boiler Breakdown podcast. We are back. It's been since, I think, April 1st, if I'm not mistaken, since our last pod. So a little hiatus. Refresh the buttons, but we're back. I'm Tanner Lee, co-host Aaron Lynch, Evan Webb in the house. Fellas, how we doing?
Happy to be back. And it was April 1st. I just checked. That's when our last episode released. So we probably recorded that day before.
Probably.
So yeah, it's been a long break, but it's a lot to talk about.
You know, it's funny. Every year when we take the break, I'm like, okay, we can do a few episodes over the summer, get some interviews lined up, and then it's just like
I'm pretty sure we had talked about we definitely got to do one once it's official that Braden and Fletcher and Trey and TKR are all back and talk about the additions, and didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
I think we talked about because we talked about doing one post portal for both football and basketball, and that was 4 months ago.
Well, when the football team has 83 new guys,
yeah,
hard to keep up a little bit, and which we will talk about. But Aaron, how you doing?
Doing good. Excited for what my favorite time of the year coming up is Labor Day weekend, the kickoff of the college football season. Even though week 0 is this weekend, but
we do have a ranked conference matchup this weekend, which is weird.
In Ireland.
Yeah, weird. Weird.
What was the Ireland game last year? That was
It was Florida State, Georgia Tech. Georgia
right.
Tech.
That's right.
That's when we knew Florida State was going to suck. After that game. So I think they were ranked 9th going into that game, and then bad season for Mike Norvell down there in Tallahassee. But yes, this is our Purdue football season outlook, season preview, season discussion, season debate, whatever you want to call it. We'll be going over the schedule, giving our rankings predictions, giving maybe some bold predictions, whatever we want to talk about. And then next week, we will be getting more in the weeds about the week 1 matchup with the Ball State Cardinals. And another programming alert, if anybody is interested in tuning in next week, a few of us, if not all 3 of us, will be joining a Ball State YouTube show with Jonathan Clausen. It's called the Ball State of the Union. That'll be Tuesday night. Let me check what time. I don't remember what time 8:30 Tuesday night. So I'm not, and I gotta be honest, I'm not sure if he records his shows live or records them then posts them later. I don't know, but looking forward to seeing what the Ball State Cardinals are all about and breaking it down with him, and then breaking it down amongst ourselves as well. Probably Wednesday or Thursday next week. Oh, well, Aaron's got golf league Thursday, so maybe Wednesday next week. I don't know. We're so organized on here.
Did you know Ball State's coached by? Ball State's coached by a Purdue alum?
Nope.
Yep, their coach is a Purdue alum. Did not play, but he graduated from Purdue, at least according to Golden Black. So has to be a first in quite a while for an alum to coach against Purdue.
I knew their special teams coordinators from Fort Wayne. I knew that, but
well, Barry's undefeated against the MAC, so let's continue it.
And Purdue's undefeated against Ball State all time. I think it's 8-0. So, we'll get more in depth next week about the week 1 game. But going into this season, how are we feeling? What's the biggest question marks? Is there a biggest question mark, or is it just all question marks for you guys? Let's just jump right into it.
Go ahead, Lynch. You go first.
Oh boy, there's a lot of question marks. I think when Evan and I did the announcement of Ryan Walters being relieved of his duties,
which feels like 3 years ago.
Yeah,
it really does.
In the roster turnover in what we have now of 82 new players, it feels like this is the first time, and I know we've all lived through, not counting Tiller, five coaching changes. This is the one that I feel the most uncertain about, and this is the one I feel that it has to be right. You say the Brom had to be right. The amount of money that we're down, college athletics is because of private equity and everything coming into play. This is big time because with football changing, the Big both. It's coming down Big Ten, SEC. The Mariota Pioneers set up this program to compete for not 6-6, kind of one era did, but we need to be able to compete for championships. And I think it's going to take time. Hopefully that's something that this administration is patient with, especially with the amount of turnover. But I know they've put a lot of money into the program and facilities and things. So I think we're sitting here a little as fans. Well, I think pours us because what's happening in Bloomington. But I also think we probably have the right guy because he's lived through his mistakes.
I'm more confident in this hire than I was the Ryan Walters hire.
Same.
Just because.
Although I will say it depends on Walters when we granted it's hindsight's 2020, but remember when we hired him, I was like, hey, he's not a. Yes, he hasn't been a head coach, but he's young. He can relate to players. Right. Like in this new world of NIL. Like we kind of knew, there was rumblings that obviously that Brom and co weren't the biggest fans of NIL, or maybe were not so eager to pay out according to what people had to say. So I was like, this new staff and all that, but then obviously it was a utter disaster. Despite the first year having some good moments, but after what we saw last year, it was just an absolute disaster. But I thought, going into getting Mariota, I thought like, okay, I think he this year may not be. We're not going to have a, like you said, Lynch, like Signetti first year. This is not going to hit me this year just because of the schedule, the way the schedule lines up and all that kind of stuff. But I still think it could be a step in the right direction. Hopefully, obviously we still have to see the results on the field, but it's pretty hard to get worse than last year.
Correct. And I'm going to take us back to just the end of last year. None of us had Barry Odom on our bingo card as our head coach that we wanted.
He was number 2 on my list.
He wasn't your first choice.
Jeremy Chadwell was, but he was number 2. I came up with 5 candidates, and he was number 2. So,
and
I was happy.
I wanted.
You wanted the military boys. Yeah. You wanted Calhoun and Monken.
Yes, and Army's probably going to be ranked this year, so we'll see. You can take that one to the bank. I think as fans, we've lived through this, and we've only seen, I would say, one success story in this pan out in our time. I mean, again, we're too young, I'll say this, to remember Tiller because we're all under the age of 10 at that point. But where we look at this, what he's done on interviews with, folks on podcast campus, what he spoke at the Big Ten media days, I think we got to be reassured that I think this is the right change. This is the right change from what we've seen the last 2 regimes of undisciplined and costing us games in the end. Tanner, I know you brought up Syracuse in our chat with Brom, cost us the game. Walters many times put guys out there that cost us the game defensively, not in the right position. And all we can hope is he puts the team in a position that, hey, we're probably going to get beat talent-wise against the big-time programs. But if we don't beat ourselves, we're going to stay in games and have a chance every time.
Yeah, you'd hope like a game like Oregon State last year doesn't happen with a more disciplined team where just boneheaded mistakes or fluky play. I mean, that fumble or interception, whatever, was off the shin of Mockabee or whatever it was. That was just dumb. But just stuff like that. Yeah. Well, I haven't clicked on it, but I saw a YouTube video that was titled like 50 worst plays of the 2024 college football season. And for my first thought was, I wonder if that plays in there. I haven't checked it out, but I was like, that's why it was on my top.
We might have multiple plays on there.
Yeah,
I guarantee him more sets. What he thought was a touchdown against Penn State, that might be top 10.
Yeah. It has to be.
But yeah, games like that, you'd hope like would flip in Purdue's direction, Purdue's favor with a more experienced staff or more disciplined team. But yeah, I think you're right. Like the talent, there's going to be a pretty wide talent gap during some games, which is, there's always been with Purdue, just kind of just the nature of, where Purdue's at in the realm of Big Ten football. But you'd hope that they're not like beating themselves in the games that, against your peer programs.
Well, since we're on the subject of being ourselves, I actually went in and looked at what Barry's both at Missouri and UNLV his first years, and kind of looked at those stats of like, hey, what is the average penalties we're like averaging on both sides of the ball? In 2016, we're in the mean of around 6 on both sides of the ball, and when he went in UNLV at 2023, it was on 7 on offense and 5 on defense. So we're still at double-digit penalties, and that's going to add up over the game. And I'm guessing that's breaking in players, breaking in staff, like in a regime like it. We hope that, I would say, we see this in September, and by the time we get to November, that's been nipped in the butt. These guys are playing hard. We're focused. We have our system in place. We're not committing, penalties and backing up and stalling drives. We're giving, big plays up because of penalties and pass interference calls. So hopefully we start out, because the schedule, how it lays out, those are, little to none. But playing Notre Dame is going to be hard, I would say, with those penalties and up there in South Bend.
Yeah, Notre Dame are probably looking at 27, 28-point underdogs, probably.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
I will say
be on the road, yeah.
I will say the turnover ratio was under 1 in both cases. So that's positive to say, like, his theme of hard, smart, tough is definitely probably going to, resonate with this team.
And that's the thing. I hope Purdue fans are patient with Barry, because, in the college football landscape now of, Wild West, free agency, pretty much, you can turn the program around really fast, and in some cases a year if you strike lightning in a bottle. But catch lightning in a bottle, not strike lightning in a bottle. I knew what I meant. But I think what I'm trying to focus is I want to see improvement this year. Don't want to, get blown out at least multiple times. But like going into next year, keep that turnover rate down. If you could keep it like at 10 or less, I think that's pretty good. And that's what I want to see going forward. Like, that's how you're going to be able to build a program still. And I like how he and the staff are still focused on building through recruiting in high school and using the portal as needed. Because I think at a program at Purdue, that's the only way you're going to win and win consistently, is still building through high school recruiting. I don't think Purdue's ever going to be a school where you can consistently go out every year and get really good or elite talent out of the portal. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm. You're going to have to get those guys that either are coming up a level, like from a UNLV to Purdue, or you're getting a guy who played at an Auburn or a Bama or Georgia, as Purdue's and didn't play at all, and then you're just hoping that the talent that was apparent in high school, can show itself in college. Because
when you're talking about roster turnover, it's just, are we ready to pay some of these kids? I mean, I'll be honest, I never thought Thieneman was going to leave.
Yeah, he was one I thought out of the big names. I was like, there's no way the kid leaves. He's a Purdue guy, Purdue family.
Sounds like he had his mind made up halfway through the year last year.
Yeah, and turns out he was gone before. Probably he's gone before the final horn blew in Bloomington. So
I mean, and I get it. Especially if he can be a first or second round pick, you go to Oregon, who's going to be ranked top 5, top 10. You're on national television. Well, everybody's on national television anymore, but you're on primetime games all the time. You're going to get more exposure out there and more eyeballs on you. So I get it. I thought the ones that hurt even worse were Max Clare and Will Helt. Yeah. I mean, Max Clare's siblings still on Purdue's roster. Will Helt's from down the road in Carmel. I mean, to lose those guys to Clemson and to Ohio State, especially to Ohio State, who you play this year at home, that hurts. That hurts. I mean, if you're just able to keep 2 of those 3, if you're able to keep all 3 of them, they might win you another game or 2 by themselves this year. But it is what it is. I don't know if any of them even met with Odomann's staff. I don't remember. I don't recall reading that.
I think Helt was the only one that met with him.
I think Helt. Yeah, because I know Thieneman was I think he had decided before Bowden was even hired. And I don't think Claire might have. I don't know.
No, why did I think there was a picture of Thieneman shaking hands with Odom after he was hired on social media?
I think it was. I think it was a workout. It was or they were
because everybody's "Oh my gosh!" Maybe he's gonna stay. And,
I don't think he ever actually met with them. Yeah.
Gotcha.
That's just message board.
But it's interesting, Lynch, when you're bringing up coaches and everything. And really, I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Purdue's usually as only good as its quarterback, historically.
Mm-hmm.
If you look through the years, I mean, even prior to Joe Tiller, back in the 70s or 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, they had no success until 97. Billy Joe Dickens was a pretty good one-year quarterback. And then a guy named Drew Brees took over, and the rest is history. Kyle Orton after him, Curtis Painter after him. Say what you will about Curtis Painter, but he was still an multi-year NFL quarterback.
O'Connell.
Yeah, NFL quarterbacks. So,
and Sindelar could have been one if he was healthy.
David Blau, yeah.
I mean, Danny Hope made back-to-back bowls without an NFL quarterback, but he had NFL talent on the team.
I was going to say that he did have a quarterback, but he was hurt.
Right. So, here's a trivia question for you guys. I'm going to try to come up, if I can remember every week, football and basketball season, I'm going to try to come up with a trivia question for you every week. What season was the last time Purdue started out 2-0, and who were those 2 games against?
I think I know the answer. I know the year.
I don't know either, to be honest.
It was 2020.
Okay, that's what
False.
Oh, it's not 2020?
I thought it was 2020 as well. So you said
it on another one of your podcasts. So
I did. I know. I should have fact checked myself, and I didn't.
I take that answer back because it was your fault.
Yep. 2020, we did start off 2-0 and beat Iowa and Illinois, but there's been a year since.
Well, it wasn't neither of Walter's era, so was
Correct.
Was it 22?
No, 22 lost to Penn State game 1.
Yeah,
21.
21. Okay,
21.
So 21. So it was Oregon State.
Correct.
And then who do we play next? This was the first year back from COVID.
Yep.
So I wanted to cry when I walked into Ross-Ade that night for the Oregon State game. So I never know if I'd be back.
Yeah, I know.
Gosh, who did we play that second game? 21. Okay, hold on. UConn.
At UConn. Killed them.
Yep.
Killed them. Yep.
And was Notre Dame the next week 3?
Yep. At Notre Dame. Lost.
Yep.
That's where I got confused in my head. I thought Notre Dame was week 2 and UConn week 3 for some reason in my head. That's where I got confused. So, yep.
I totally forgot about that we won against Oregon State. For some reason, I thought we lost, but then when we said we did, so okay.
And we're going down rabbit holes already, but how far back could you guys go naming week 1 starters for Purdue for
week
quarterback?
1 starters? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Right now, not very far, so I'd probably second guess myself. But if
you guys could tag team it.
Fresno State 23, Hudson Card.
You forgot last year.
Hudson Card.
Yes, that's a card.
Yeah. Against Indiana State.
I thought you were wanting the actual
22 team. Was Aiden O'Connell.
Yeah, Penn State.
21. Was that
Plummer?
This is where
Jack Plummer.
This is where I get confused. Yeah. Jack. 2020. Oh God.
2020 was Plummer because this was the year that he held the ball in the fourth quarter against Rutgers and took a sack, and I about lost my mind.
I believe Aiden started the year, and then Aiden broke his foot against Northwestern
in 2020.
I think Aiden started the year against Iowa. It's David Bell, and then Plummer had to take over because Aiden broke his foot against Northwestern in the game they wore the Rose Bowl throwbacks.
2019 that was Sindelar, wasn't it?
Yeah, against Nevada.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Sindelar started 27.
We're going to 2018 now. 2018, so that would have been Brahms' second year. So that would have been, was that Blau?
It was Sindelar against Northwestern. Blau finished the game. Sindelar threw 3 picks.
Yeah, that's when Rondell Moore emerged on the scene.
Yeah,
I remember that. 2017 was Louisville. Sindelar.
Yeah, it's crazy to think he started week 1 3 years in a row.
Yeah, but didn't finish. I know he actually did play. He did play a lot that year because that was the year that was Brom's first year. That were
correct
because
Blau got hurt. Blau got hurt that year, didn't he?
Yeah, against Illinois.
Yeah.
And Sindelar played on a torn ACL.
And
that's right.
Because we beat Iowa and IU to get bowl eligible that year.
Anthony Mahungu. Yep.
Then beat Arizona in the bowl game.
Yeah. 2016. 16. So it was Hazel's last year.
His last 4 games or whatever it was, 5 games.
Yeah.
Etling
was that also Blau? That was Blau.
That was David Blau. That was the last time Purdue quarterbacks
started. Yeah.
Yep.
2015 was Austin Appleby, who's on staff. Because I remember first game, first throw against Marshall, pick 6.
Eggs, all eggs in the basket.
Yeah, I remember because I was at my now wife, her family, because it was Labor Day. It was Labor Day weekend, I think. Yeah, we were at her family farm, and that whole you grab out that whole side of her family is Purdue grads, so we were watching on TV. Game was going to start. All right, this is all it is. And the first play, and we're just I just left the room. I was just
I was extremely hungover from a concert the night before, and I was puking a lot that morning. Almost 100% sure I puked after that pick 6 for multiple reasons. So I was at a buddy's house. So a buddy of all 3 of ours.
Yeah, 2014.
2014 would have been is that Henry last year?
No, that was 2013. Because that was Cincinnati. I was at that game. It was 8 million degrees outside, and we sucked.
So, all right, we got 13.
2014. Was that also Appleby? Or was it Etling? It was Etling.
Danny Etling against, I believe, Western Michigan. I believe.
Okay.
12 with Turk Bush.
Is that Bobo? Yeah, Bobo was there then, wasn't he then? Or
yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
He was there.
Yeah, he was. And we beat him. Hazel beat Fleck. 2012.
2012.
It was not Turbush.
Oh, it wasn't.
He was ineligible against Eastern Kentucky. It was Robert Marv.
Okay.
2011 was Turbush, though.
Correct, against Middle Tennessee.
It was a hot one.
That was very hot.
2010. This was
Marv against Notre Dame.
Oh, it was. That's right.
Marv against Notre Dame.
I'm thinking 2009 was Joey Elliott.
Yep, against Ralph Bolden game. Anybody?
Oh, is that Central Michigan?
Same conference.
What year is
Toledo,
this?
Toledo.
2009. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
2008.
Painter.
Yep.
I can't remember the game though.
Northern Colorado.
Okay. 2007 was also Painter.
Yep.
2007, that would have been.
It was a road game.
2007.
We watched this game together, Webby.
Is that Toledo?
Yep.
That was the Dustin Keller. Yeah.
Yes. That was the year you sent in your thing to ESPN that Mark May read.
Yes. Yes, it was. He was nice. Robert Smith was an asshole.
Yeah.
I remember that because you taped that, DVR'd it at that time.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I sent in a dark horse about Curtis Painter for Heisman. Mark May was nice about it. And then before the season, I sent in something about Purdue being a sleeper to win the Big Ten. Robert Smith's like, yeah, they're a sleeper, and they're not going to wake up.
Yep.
Evan's dad had that recorded for me. I still got it on a DVD somewhere.
Yep.
I'll have to pop it in sometime and put it on here.
I miss Mark May. I think since we're going,
I always wanted him to punch Lou Holtz. I was just waiting for the day he knocked him out.
I think since we're going back here, I want to stop this train and I want to go to our blind rankings.
All right.
Oh God.
I think it's going to be along these lines. So we're going to talk about eras, and I'm going to have you rank where, since we're starting a new era, a coaching era, I want you all to go back in time to the start of these 5 eras, and I want to rank your optimism of where you thought this was at that time and where we were going to go.
Okay.
So do not. We know what the results were of 4.
Yeah, but going into it,
yes.
Tanner's always pieing. This guy's gonna be hard for him.
This one's definitely
no kidding.
So right. you follow where I'm going with this. It's your optimism of that given time of, hey, we're coming off whatever year. This is the new person in charge.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll start with this era, 2025. Where are we ranking it in optimism?
Honestly, this one might be my 5.
I'm going to put it 4. It's the toughest situation, I think, that somebody inherited. We can only go up.
Yeah.
Is it the toughest situation? We'll find out.
I think so. I mean, I saw one guy call it the toughest rebuild he's ever seen.
I thought 17 was.
At least you still had NFL talent.
Yeah.
Just you had a different numbskull that wore his hat like a jackass. I didn't know what he's doing.
Now that like money's involved in the one-time transfer, like the fact that like you can obviously bring people in, but like the fact that you couldn't you have to worry about like your 3 best players taking money to go to Oregon.
Right.
At least, so I'm gonna put this my 5 to be different. I'm gonna put this my 5. Yeah.
All right. 2017.
That's my 5. I remember getting excited a day or two after Jeff Brom was hired, but I remember the day he was hired. I'm like, what? Who? Like, West Kentucky. I didn't know much about him. We had won 9 games the previous 4 years combined. Did not think he was going to turn around in 1 year. I mean, what he did was pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
So I was not optimistic at all.
I'll put this my 4, just because of like, I was like, I mean, it's hard to be worse. It's like going into this year. So like, I was like, I wouldn't say. I mean, I was excited to have Hazel out of there, but it was just more like, I'll wait and see, because at that point I was just so. I mean, obviously the most checked out I've ever. I mean, I checked out is all relative. Like I was still paying attention to every single game, but like it was the most apathetic I had ever been as a fan. Aside, I mean, this last year got pretty bad, but it's the difference between being an adult and being a fresh out of college type of kid. So I'll put that one 4.
Okay. I will say I remember the hire and I didn't. I was like, this guy's Brian Brown's brother. And I was like, that's really all I knew about him. I didn't know about the XFL. I just knew he was Brian Brown's brother. And I was like, why didn't we go get Troy Calhoun? Like, this guy had won.
Now, if you had asked me this after I saw the XFL video, that'd probably be like number 2 for me. Because I was fired up after I saw that video.
Actually, I would have been fine with Calhoun back then. The last 2 hires, absolutely not.
That was also a time where I wasn't really paying attention to coaching searches. I was getting a lot of my information from Tanner, like in the boards, because I was not on the message boards or anything like that. That was like right when I discovered like Boiled Sports too. Was around that time where I really started listening to podcasts, because it was at that point I was starting to work, so I had a lot of driving and all that. So yeah, I really didn't know a whole lot outside of what Tanner was telling me.
I literally was just a month into podcasting when Jeff Brom got hired. So yeah, I was a baby at this.
Well, I will say, he proved us all wrong. Wish things would have ended a little bit differently, but writing was on the wall. All right.
I still root against Louisville.
2009. Danny Hope.
This is the hire I remember the least about. I mean, this was when I wasn't on Gold and Black. Yeah, my dad was. I just knew Danny Hope had been an assistant at Purdue at one time and coached at Eastern Kentucky. I just figured Brock Spack would get the job the whole time after Tiller was going to retire. He wasn't even, I believe it came down to Danny Hope and Paul Chris. And Paul Chris said no, I believe. But, I still thought Tiller had a good roster. So I'll put that at number 2, optimistic.
Also my 2, I think mostly because at the time, he had been on staff the year prior for Tiller's last year.
I forgot about that.
And we had just had that with Painter and Katie. So I was like, it's working for Painter. It's going to work. It's going to work for Danny.
Yep.
I didn't know, but I was just like, he was a Purdue guy, he had been on staff before, like, Tiller handpicked him, which felt like passing of the torch. So I think, I was pretty excited.
And we still had a lot of good pieces. I mean, we had Joey Elliott coming in. Well, at the time, we thought Justin Siller was going to be the quarterback, but we knew Joey Elliott was there and was going to be a fifth-year guy and knew the offense well if needed to go in. Joey Elliott was a heck of a good quarterback for 1 year.
It was.
Yep. And Valentine was on that team, if I'm remembering right.
Keith Smith was all Big Ten that year, ended up being. Yep.
Should have got an extra year.
Yes, he should have. He
He
would now.
Yeah.
He definitely would. This is the one I put my number one. I'm not gonna lie.
Danny Hope, really?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember the marketing that Purdue dumped in with the one logo shirt and everything.
I had that shirt.
I had that shirt too. They were pushing tickets out for pretty much free. I felt like that year. I remember I went to 2 games that year, and I think the Northwesterns went to homecoming with you, and I went to Central Michigan that year. I can't remember.
Played Northern Illinois that year.
Okay, yeah, that was the MAC team. I can't remember.
That game.
But yeah, we went 4. Did we go 4-8?
5-7.
5-7. 4-8 was 2008 prior.
But it was real close to being. Webb and I were just talking about this yesterday. Texan, that team was so close to being 10-2. It was ridiculous.
They should have beat Oregon.
Should have beat Notre Dame.
Yep. So
we beat Michigan and Ohio State.
Yeah, beat Michigan, Ohio State.
Terrell Pryor, I remember I was watching that on TV.
Kerrigan killed him.
Yeah, well, that was Luke Fickell that game.
Yeah, you're right.
Coaching. So the optimism and the marketing they dumped into that, I remember back then, I was like, this guy, even what Evan, you said, worked for Painter, believed Morgan Burke on that time that he was going to do it right.
Mm-hmm.
So I had full belief. That's interesting. I thought you all would probably put that number one. All right, 2023.
3. Slightly more excited than Brom, but that was also just because it was such a low point. I thought, with Brom, like you said, right was on the wall. We were just coming off a Big Ten championship appearance, and I thought, okay, this is, the first time that I feel like a coach is coming into a good situation. And granted, again, it was transfer portal, so people were leaving, but it was like a coach is coming into a good situation. But obviously, the transfer portal kind of works in both ways. And we lost a ton, as we saw, because a lot of guys followed Braun to Louisville. But I thought, hey, a coordinator that was, the talk of the league. He was an awesome coordinator, young, energetic. Thought that was going to do wonders for NIL and relating to guys, and especially from what we kind of heard again, kind of like through the grapevine with the Brom family and their thoughts on NIL and all that fun stuff. So I thought it was pretty. I mean, it definitely kind of came out of left field. It felt like, because I remember I think it was texted our group, Tanner, and it was just like, whoa, okay, this kind of came out of nowhere. We weren't really expecting that. But just because it was we were just coming off, one of my favorite seasons ever. It's like, hey, let's just keep this thing rolling. With a young coach, screw it, why not? Let's do it. And nope.
Yeah, I still wish we would know who else was in consideration. I mean, we saw some names, but behind the scenes, I really wish I don't think Walters was the number one choice until he came in and interviewed. And I think he blew him away in the interview. Whatever he said and did, good for him. I was shocked by it. I thought it was unique. Purdue going with a defensive guy. They hadn't done that in many, many years. Maybe going back to Jim Young back in the 70s or 80s, 70s, 80s. I don't know. Whatever. Late 70s, I think, with the junk defense. But I'm like, it was going to be a high risk, high reward hire. And unfortunately, it was more risk than reward. Because I think they were scared if they passed on him and he went back to Illinois for another year or took another job and succeeded, then it's like, crap, we could have had him. And like you said, NIL portal, he seemed like he got it on paper, and his staff was young, but he had produced
he had helped kind of turn some of those Illinois guys who were nobodies into high level draft picks. It just made
In grabbing Hudson Card, granted he was mostly a backup at Texas, but they had tons of hype around him. I mean, that was the first thing he and Graham Harrell did. I think everybody jumped on board right away. Just ended really, really badly last year. I mean, I thought he was good to go after year one, but I never would imagine last year was going to go how it went. So.
Yeah.
I was concerned when he hired everyone around him his own age. And you look at like what Sharon Moore did last year and hiring Wink Martindale, and Wink Martindale won him that USC game. And having that experience, he should have hired someone around him. And he probably would still be our coach today. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah. I mean, if Purdue would have won, I was thinking about this yesterday. If Purdue would have won some of those close games last year, like Northwestern and Michigan State, if he wins those two, he's probably still the head coach.
Or even like the first year, like Fresno State, Northwestern, like those games like were close. Like Northwestern, if Hudson Card plays, we win that game more than likely.
Yep, you're
Fresno
right.
State, we could win that game. We're bowl eligible. Like you firing a guy after becoming,
Northwestern this past year was overtime, and we went for it instead of kicking a field goal. And then Michigan State, Edrin drops a bomb. He catches that. We probably win that game. So
Illinois should have been a win. Like an all. Like I mean, you can call
technically in my book because Altmaier fumbled.
Yeah.
He fumbled.
Yeah,
but
I'll say this. I think we'll close the book on this. I think he's going to succeed Washington. I think under Jed Fish is probably the perfect situation. He's going to get another shot. And he's going to do well.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets Colorado. If like Deion hangs it up in a year or two, like go home to your alma mater. Like I doubt Deion's going to be able to replicate. I mean, not that he had great success already. I mean, he had okay success, but it seems like a good kind of next step for Colorado. You're bringing in a guy who is alma mater and all that stuff, and it's not the the high pressure situation of something else you might see in the Big 12, but it's still a good job if you can make it work.
And he definitely learned from his mistakes. I will say that.
Oh yeah, that's what's gonna suck is that next shot he gets, he'll probably do. I mean, it's hard to do worse. I think he'll do really well at some point. It's just gonna hope it's just not in the Big 10.
John Hawks here on YouTube says, I feel good about this group of coaches. I do too, John. On paper, it's veteran, more of a veteran staff than Ryan Walters had, which isn't hard to do. But a lot of familiarity with Odom working with these guys. Josh Henson, offensive coordinator, comes from USC. Mike Shear, defense coordinator, comes from UNLV, as do a lot of these guys. Vance Weiss, O-line coach, James Shibest, who Barry Odom keeps calling him the best special teams coordinator in the country. So I got high expectations for special teams. Darren Hinshaw, quarterbacks coach from UCF. So, yeah, I think there's a lot to like about this staff on paper. Only time will tell.
Yeah. So let's finish up the blind rankings 2013. That's
number one by a long shot.
Yeah.
I was stoked.
Yeah. I mean, once Butch Jones didn't take the job, Hazel was a guy I think everybody wanted. He took it. Was coming off a really good year out of Kent State.
I was $2 million or whatever. It was like, oh my god,
huge upgrade at the time.
Yeah, Purdue's playing a coach over $1 million. Like, what world are we in? It was
I was around the team then, being a manager still at that point, and like I knew what we had coming back. Coming off back-to-back bowl appearances. Granted, it was 6-win seasons both times, but I'm like, he's got something to work with. The cupboard's not bare. Even at quarterback, you got a guy who's got to be a senior, but he should have been a starter 2 years before that if he didn't blow out his knee. But my goodness, it did not work.
Yeah.
He was definitely my number 2, but I remember Hope being my number 1. So
yeah.
I will say, I remember that. Like, I mean, I thought it was weird at the time, but I kind of brushed it off. I remember right after he got hired, he came for a basketball game and brought pizzas for the paint crew for us without lining up. And I was in line. And I got to meet him. I got to shake his hand. I remember like he would just like locked eyes with you and did not look away. I remember was like, man, this is kind of creepy, but it was like, hey, he's just focused, man. He's just ready to go. And he was wearing a suit. it was awesome. Man,
when that staff came in, I'll never forget that first conditioning practice in February. It was totally different than Hope's staff. I'm like, this staff's more professional. They're organized.
I mean, it's Marcus Freeman.
And I'm like, this Marcus Freeman dude. I'm like, when he ran, I'm like, that's Marcus Freeman. He played at Ohio State. He played for the Bears for a little bit. And you could just tell right away he had something about him. I'm like, this dude's going to be something. Like Jed Heacock, who I worked under for a little bit at defensive backs. He was only there the first year at Hazel. He's been the defense coordinator at Iowa State now for a handful of years, doing well. A lot of those staff members went on to be successful. So that's what makes it even worse for Darryl. Like he had a decent staff. He had some NFL talent, as Jeff Braun proved. He just was so gone. Like, I don't know.
He actually recruited that NFL talent too. That was the crazy thing.
Some of it, yeah.
Bentley, he had 2 quarterbacks transfer, go to SEC and start.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the crazy thing.
Yep. Yeah, now both of them were recruited by Hope and company, but still.
That's true.
But still.
That's true. Yeah.
But still, he recruited, he recruited Sindelar.
Yep,
yeah.
he did.
That's true. I forgot about that.
Recruited Blau.
He recruited Blau, Bentley, Barnes. All these guys that Braun made into talent.
Cameron Day on YouTube. Good to see you back. Tune in. Here we come. Can't wait. Think about that, Cameron. That's still improvement from last year.
It's double the wins, baby.
Yep.
Still improvement from last year. And your boy Cam Allen's in the CFL playing for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. I just thought I'd get ahead of it before you threw out a comment about Cam Allen. So, yep.
It's the time I want to get across that wide field.
Yeah. I like John here. John Hawks again on YouTube. 4 to 6 wins. I'd be thrilled.
If we win 6 games, man.
He's up for Big Ten Coach of the Year, right?
I'm afraid what I might do if we win 6 games.
Do we want to get into the schedule right now?
Let's do it.
Sure. Yeah, I got nothing. I should have brought a beer because now you brought up all these old eras. It makes me just want to drink. But that's all right.
I've got my conference points ready to go.
You guys never did finish the starting quarterback.
All right.
So.
Oh, we didn't.
You're right. You left off at 06.
05? Oh, no, we still have to do 06?
Yeah.
2006. Was that? Oh, man. Was that Kirsch? No, Painter.
Nope.
Painter. Because we did.
Kirsch
we did
05.
because 2006 was when we did the Rose Bowl 66th anniversary, 40-year anniversary.
Yep.
Yeah.
2006, was Indiana State.
Yep. 05 was Kirsch because then Painter played at Wisconsin later that year.
Yep.
4 Orton, 3 Orton, 2. Oh, 2002. I guess no. 2002 was Orton.
Got it.
Right. 2001. Is that Brandon Hance?
You got it. I thought I might trip you up there. Brandon Hance.
Transferred to USC.
Yep. Never started a game.
And 2001, 2000, 99, 98 was Breeze.
Yeah.
97, Billy Dickin. That's all I got.
I got nothing after that. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Good job, fellas. That's as far back as
weird that I can get the 90s and early 2000s a lot. Usually I can get 2021.
Well, a little fonder times back then. Even though 21 wasn't bad. 21 is actually one of my favorite Purdue football years of all time. But yeah. So we could dive into the schedule though.
I've got my confidence points.
Yes. Oh crap! I didn't do confidence points. I'll do them in my head. Start off week 1, Ball State next Saturday, August 30th, noon kickoff, Big Ten Network. You guys got a W or an L? Or I guess just give a confidence points, I guess. That we'll do that way.
I got a W for 11 confidence points.
Same.
Man, Cameron, you are just killing me here, buddy. Killing me here. I mean, Ball State lost a lot of their talent, too.
What is the spread? So, it wasn't like 16?
I think it's 17 now.
Yeah, 17.
I got it when it was 16. So, but yeah, I got 11 confident points on this. Purdue's 8-0 all time against Ball State. Odom's, what did you say, 1-0 against the MAC? Lynch.
Yeah, 1-0. MAC.
Real question. What the thing I'm looking forward to? I'm not going to be there, which is going to suck.
I'm not either.
I'll be in town, but not at the game. I don't
Lynch is using my tickets, our tickets. So it's on him if he doesn't bring home to win.
Will there be a Ball State high school chant like there was in like 2004?
No, these kids don't get it. These kids don't get it.
No,
man, what a trip that would be.
Yep,
that was great.
I think I don't think everything's going to be roses. I mean, I expect it to be sloppy, especially in the first half.
Yeah,
but I think Purdue pulls it off pretty comfortably.
You hope the talent pulls through in the second half. Yeah, you just hope that you don't beat yourself, and you hope that just by the end the talent kind of. I mean, yes, like we don't really know what this team has, but you hope a Big Ten team. Granted, we saw Notre Dame lose at home to Northern Illinois last year, so what do I know?
Yep. That was the best thing that could ever happen to them last year.
Yeah.
Southern Illinois, week 2, night game, 7:30. Also Big Ten Network. I will also miss this one.
I'll be there.
So it's on you to get the win that week. This is my 12-point conference.
This is my 12-point. Now Purdue drops the Ball State game. This might drop.
That you and I will have some words to say if we lose week 1 against Ball State.
I might just not come back for the podcast. It might just be your guys' pod from now on.
Walk into the ocean, never come back.
If we start off 0-2, I'm shark bait. I'm just going to chum myself up and jump in the ocean. We're done.
Better have a life insurance policy.
See you guys. Week 3 USC 3:30 CBS. Only the third time, I believe, the two schools have met. Once was the Rose Bowl, then the 98 Pigskin Classic, which was week 0 back then. So first time they've been the Ross-Ade. I think, if not, it's first time in many, many, many years besides the Rose Bowl. So
this is my 4.
Let me see here.
This one I'm between Wash. I'm gonna say I'm gonna have to agree. This is probably 4.
I'm gonna put a 5. I'm gonna put a 5.
Yeah, I mean, this is also just like I'm blind homerism, but like if Purdue can look good the first 2 weeks, and depending on how USC looks, like first, they're coming. Obviously, the travel you can probably take that into account. If Purdue starts out 2-0. You'd think the crowd is, one, get me excited that USC is coming to town just because of just who they are as a program. Be cool to see that helmet on Ross-Ade. I mean, it's just part of college football lore.
Yep.
If Purdue can, and this is a huge year for Lincoln Riley. If Purdue can come out and punch him in the mouth, and you never know what could happen. But Purdue also could lose by 35.
Both teams are
because the talent gap is going to be there.
Both teams are going to be 2-0 going into it because they played Missouri State and who else did they play starting out? I know it's Missouri State, Georgia Southern. So they're going to be 2-0. We're going to be 2-0. CBS chose this game for a reason.
Yeah.
Because it's 2-0 teams, and hopefully Gary and Brad aren't filling gaps like they were at the Penn State game
or Notre Dame game.
Yeah. And it should be a good crowd. If we're produced 2-0, like it'll be
and this is
start, like 3:30 start. Like that's like the perfect time for mid-November or mid-September.
And this could be Gary's last game broadcasting at Ross-Ade because he's retiring after this year.
Yeah.
Week 4, battle for the shillelagh that Purdue hasn't seen since 2007. Second trip up to South Bend in the last 4 years. 3:30 kickoff on NBC.
1.
Yeah, this is my number 1.
This is my number 2.
It's my number 1. Yep.
It's my number 2.
Probably going to be ugly.
Only reason why it wasn't my number 1 is because I was like, hey, rivalry, you never know. I don't know. Like, I mean, and Notre Dame seems to kind of slip up, early on. Like even
they have tough first 2 weeks at Miami and A&M at home, but
yeah, so you never know.
Young quarterback who's never started.
Yeah. Well, he's going to have experience by then.
Yeah, but I'm saying in his first 2 games, I mean, they could slip up and be 0-2, then their championship hopes are probably out the window.
Yeah, so that's why it's my number 2.
But yeah, number 1. If it's at home, I would have it higher than 1. But yeah,
not after last year and him tearing up our when he got in, started tearing up our defense. I was like, oh, Lord.
I was long gone by then. October 4th, battle against Illinois, who's preseason ranked 12th, for the Purdue Cannon. I gotta see here.
This is 3 for me.
3.
I will say this. I believe Illinois is going to be playing for the Big Ten title game this year.
No.
Leave out.
I'm just looking. Matter of fact, I believe that they're going to be playing.
Their game at Bloomington is going to be.
It's going to be huge.
It's going to be miserable as a neutral.
I think Illinois wins that game
because I'll have to cheer for Illinois, and I don't want to.
I don't like them.
Sorry, Sonny from Locked On Line or whatever that's called.
I'm crossing my fingers that Luke Altmaier looks great, and the Colts are going to go 3-2.
Oh my God!
I'm ready for it.
This is my 8. Blind homerism again. Purdue plays well against Illinois for some reason. Although what gives me skepticism, and I've said you that in the group chat, is I do wonder, which Tanner you did, and you ended up kind of making a good point too. But my skepticism of this year's team is that the success Purdue had the last 2 years. Shout out John, love it, beat Illinois. Is just the staff's familiarity with Illinois. And my worry is that now that staff is gone, the tendencies and all that. But like Tanner, you said, even under Hazel, Purdue played Illinois really well. Hell,
beat them twice,
2 wins. So, which is one of those teams that Purdue always plays well. It's at home, so that's also why it was higher up. So yeah,
this is my 8 as well because of pretty much everything you said, and we get them coming off a bye. I like that.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't check their schedule.
Yeah.
I bet this is on Peacock as at night game, or this is an NBC night game is what I'm feeling too.
Yeah, it's not announced yet, right?
Correct.
Okay.
But I bet this is an NBC night game because there's no way Fox is picking this game up for big noon.
Well, I do know the following week we're a night game at 7:00 at Minnesota.
Correct.
That gives me PTSDs.
Yep.
PTSD.
From 2020. I won't talk about it.
Yep.
This is my 7.
7.
I agree, 7.
Yeah, I think I'm right there with you guys.
Minnesota is such a weird they're either I feel like they're either just rock solid under Fleck, or they're just injured or whatever and kind of missing the boat, no pun intended. But it just kind of depends on what Minnesota team shows up, it feels like.
Purdue's had good luck against Minnesota lately. Like Fleck was owning Purdue, but Brom got him up at Minnesota in his last time, and then Walter smoked him at home in 23.
Yeah.
So
again, we'll see what the staff comes up with. I've seen a lot of boom bust just looking at the stats in year 1. So that's the thing.
John's drinking the Kool-Aid. I love it.
I love it, John.
I love it,
John.
Northwestern, the soccer field.
10
on the 18th. This is my 9.
This is 10.
This is 9. The only reason it's 9 and not 10 is on the road.
Yeah. You would think Purdue brings a good crowd, just being 2 hours up the road.
I think my parents are going to that game.
I'd love to go. I mean, Northwestern's one of those, football or basketball, I'd love to go. I just never have. But yeah, I just feel like, Purdue and Northwestern probably be battling for.
John says 3 in a row. Call the win streak.
That'd be 5. Would be 5 wins, John. I love it.
That would be.
My God, if we have 5 wins at middle,
really, which it's been talked October is the make or break of the season.
Yep. It is
because November is brutal. But if Purdue can, because we got Illinois, Minnesota, Northwestern, and Rutgers.
Mm-hmm.
If you can split that, I'm happy.
Yeah,
we probably end up 4-8 if you split it.
Which is kind of where I think this team probably will end up. Yeah.
Rutgers on October 25th. Only the 3rd time these two schools have met since Rutgers came into the Big Ten.
Wild.
Rutgers beat Purdue at Rutgers 2017 and beat them at Purdue 2020. This is my 10.
It's my 9.
Shiano's a good coach, but I just feel like homecoming. I think this is very gettable for Purdue.
Especially if we're like, John, if Purdue wins 3 in a row, Rutgers
make it 4.
Oh my
God.
Make it 4. If Purdue goes undefeated in October, oh my God.
Let's follow this optimism for when October comes and we're recording this.
See, John just said this is his last one. That's fair.
That's fair.
Because
November that's bowl 1st, eligibility, John. That's bowl eligibility.
November 1st, going into the big house.
This is my 1.
Purdue's played at Michigan a lot since they've played Michigan at home. This is my 3.
This is my 4.
This is my 1.
You're 4, Lynch?
Yeah.
You said? Okay.
I do not believe in Schromm more.
I don't think. Yeah.
And I think Underwood. I think this is just a.
They just lost a 5-star tackle to season-ending injury.
Okay.
Maybe not tackle, but it was offensive lineman.
They never helps.
Season-ending injury.
Never helps. He's suspended week 1. You're putting a lot on a 5-star quarterback. That
a lot.
Freshman quarterback.
Yeah. You do have some of your pieces back. You have your line back. You do have Wink Martindale back. I get all that, but this is a combustible situation in my opinion.
Yeah, I think they lose week 2 at Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So and then we'll see what.
Oh yeah, because
Venables is fighting for Venable, whatever. Yeah, he's fighting for his
Venables,
job. Yeah, he's fighting for his job.
Yep. November 8th, Ohio State at home. I think Ohio State. Well, they're ranked number 3. I think they beat Texas next week. That's an early prediction for next week. This is my number 2.
This is my 3.
2.
Just because it's at home. That's the only reason why it's not.
That's the only reason it's 2 instead of 1 for me. It's at home.
Yeah.
But yeah. I mean, we always will remember Tyler Trent game, but last time Ohio State was in Ross State in 2023, it didn't go well, and I'm afraid it might be that again.
A miserable day.
That was awful.
Day.
That was awful.
Loaded roster too.
Yeah.
I mean, Julian Sand was the number 1 quarterback. And then he went and. I mean, if Saban doesn't retire, he's still in Alabama.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this is not this. I think it's going to be a barn burner.
And second to last week of the year for the Boilermakers at Washington, out Seattle against former head coach Ryan Walters and his Husky defense and Jed Fish. First time Purdue's played Washington since the Sun Bowl, which they beat Washington. They lost to them previously in the Rose Bowl. This is my number 4.
This is my 6.
This is 6, but this is the game I think we can win. If we're going to win a game in November, it's this one.
Okay.
I agree. This is a game around November. Yes, I agree. It's that one.
And lastly, Friday night game on Black Friday, November 28th on NBC, 7:30 against the Hoosiers. This is my 6. If there's a game in November Purdue gets, it can be this one. I think IU is going to be good. I think there'll be a 7 to 8 win team, not another 11 win team. Their schedule's too hard. This is one, even if Purdue's not in shape for a bowl, you can get fired up against your rival on Friday night on NBC. And Odom's put a little smack talk out there about scheduling, so you kind of got to back it up. So,
yeah. No, yeah, I hate putting it at 5, but yeah, it's just last year left a really sour taste in my mouth, and you hope that again,
whole new team.
You hope kind of similar like again the Signetti model, but just having a team that's just solid, and who knows by that point in the year like how either team looks, injuries and whatnot. I think Mendoza is going to be a really solid quarterback.
Yeah, I do too.
That was a really good get. Obviously, they're backing up the Brinks trucks for guys now.
Yep.
As long as it's taken away from their basketball team, I don't really care. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see kind of where programs are at come November.
I mean, they're on the brink of scheduling IUSB for football. So I mean, man.
Yeah, but 5.
I think I'm having Purdue go 4-8. Wins over Ball State, Southern Illinois, Northwestern, and Rutgers. I think the absolute basement for me is 2-10. I think they win the first 2 games no matter what.
Yeah.
Absolute ceiling, I think could be 6-6.
Yeah. I think they could get Ball State, Southern Illinois, at Minnesota, at Northwestern, Rutgers, and then Indiana.
Yeah, I have more confidence in getting Indiana than I do at Minnesota.
I think more likely it's 3-9, but I want it to be 9-3.
Yeah, I told you if Barry goes 9-3, he's coach of the decade.
He absolutely is. I mean, the conviction this man speaks with, like everything you're hearing about the staff. I just don't know what schemes we're running. I don't know how the players were going to fit in these schemes. Honestly, we're not going to know until we see it because
I'm worried about the quarterback. I'll be honest.
Yeah, sure.
I like Brown. The little amount we've seen him, obviously, Illinois game was awesome.
Second half
was awesome. Oregon was, and granted, it was Oregon, but it was just like awful. So you wonder, you know the video we heard about the receiving core today from Nathan Baird does not instill confidence in me. So we'll see. They say they want to run the ball. We'll see. We've kind of seen how that can go in the Big Ten with a team like Purdue when you're not Iowa, Wisconsin, Ohio State, Michigan, Penn State, with those type of linemen you need to run the ball in the Big Ten. But hey, it's that's why they get paid a lot of money.
And I feel like if your quarterback's not doing well, you just need to run the option. Put him out there.
They might do some read option, but they're not going to run a spread option.
Why not? Why can't we run the triple spread option right now?
Don't think we have the personnel for it.
Out of the gun, you have a misdirection with a pitch guy. Yeah, you could.
Just email Barry. Just email him with your thoughts.
I'm good. Barry can listen to this podcast.
There we go. We do. I call me crazy, but everything I've read has me thinking that the O-line is going to be the strength of this team.
Yep.
Thought that last year too.
True.
Yeah.
But he wants to win in the trenches.
Yeah,
he's made that clear. Because I remember it wasn't Tom that asked him about the starting center. And he's like, "Oh, we can go 4 deep on center." And I was like, "Yeah, that's what I want to hear." Because usually when we lose Hartwig, we're trying to backfill a guy, and it's not right. We're having false start penalties. So to hear that we can go, 4 deep on center, that's great. Because injuries are going to happen on the offensive line. It's bound to happen.
Sure.
Yep.
So you can plug and play, and they can play multiple positions. That's great.
It's going to be interesting, fellas. I think it's going to be another. I don't see Ryan Brown starting every game this year. I could be wrong. Hope I'm wrong. That means he stayed healthy and he's playing really well. I think we'll see games we see 2 quarterbacks play. And not necessarily because one is playing bad. It's just I think we'll see some packages for Malachi Singleton if he's as good with his legs as they say. But it's definitely
Do you think we see was it Hazel who did it or Hope where one quarterback starts the first quarter, one starts the second quarter, and then the
freaking Hope. My God. Never let anybody get hot. That's what cost us that game at Notre Dame, 2012. Yeah. Or Marv got hot second quarter and come out third quarter, came out with Turbush. Then he pulled Turbush. Then Marv came in and he tore his ACL. Then I will give it up to Turbush. He threw a heck of a touchdown to Tavian Edison on 4th down to tie the game before Notre Dame went down and hit the game-winning field goal. But, there was just no flow with that. That's, the old saying, you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have one.
Yeah.
Other teams have proven that false. But I'm ready for it. I'm glad Purdue football is here. It's kind of fun when you have low expectations, to be honest. It's going to be totally different than basketball season where expectations are as sky high as can be, which is fun and frightening at the same time.
Let November's ways away. Let's not talk about that right now.
I know. I just want to.
I will talk all I want about it.
I know you will.
And the pessimist in me wants to get to November healthy. We got practices and stuff before that. It takes one injury, then the season's upside down.
I want to enjoy the moment now. That's football. This is what I want to see the most before my time on this earth is gone, is a CFP berth for this team.
The way this is going, we may, because Big Ten's trying to get 84.
So stupid.
Yeah, that's
so stupid.
So stupid. Like, you're devaluing it at that point.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think 16 will be
I agree.
Perfect.
I agree.
In reality, there's only probably at most, probably in a given year, 5 teams that are like actual legit championship contenders.
John, I presume you're talking basketball. What do you say now to your bus? Hey.
As we were texting earlier today, if he goes and somehow gets CFP, Odom does, this staff, he's first ballot college football Hall of Famer.
Honest to God, Lynch, not even that. Like, if he would go 8-4, or like 9-3, like you're hoping somehow, Purdue better lock him up. Because
they're going to have to back up the Brinks truck.
Oklahoma might be firing their coach. He's from Oklahoma, the state.
Arkansas.
You never know about if Alabama has a bad year, they fire. And then that the board, and then obviously that opens up a whole
domino effect.
Carousel,
I think the only thing would be if we do go 8-4, 9-3, and Pittman gets fired. I think Arkansas is probably high on Odom's list.
Yeah,
being from there. And
yeah,
he played at OU, didn't he, with Boswell?
He played at Missouri.
Missouri? Okay.
Which I don't think we have to worry about him going back there. I mean, it's been there, done that. And Drinkwitz, I think is their coach. Yeah, he's done a heck of a job there. So he's not going anywhere. So,
who was the coach before him? Gary. What was Gary's last
name?
Pinkel.
Yeah.
Because he was on Pinkel's staff as his DC.
Yep, and then he took over as head coach. He was on Fuente's staff as DC in Memphis before Fuente went to Virginia Tech. So then he did a good job at UNLV, which I saw one guy today at UNLV making the playoffs with Dan Mullen as like the G5 team. Odom still lives in Arkansas. I knew he still had a house there.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Because he moved back. He went there after he got canned from Missouri.
Correct.
And then he got hired at UNLV.
Yep. But I think his son stayed, Garrett, who's now in Purdue, stayed in Arkansas for high school, I believe.
Yeah,
so,
right.
yeah, I mean, Brom had a house in Louisville the whole time he was at Purdue, so that's not uncommon.
Heard about that enough.
Before we conclude today, because I want to put down what we have. Who's team MVP? When we come back and look in November, maybe December.
I mean, Maccabee's the easy answer.
Yeah.
Can I give you one on each side of the ball?
Yeah, let's do one on each side of the ball.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm going Michael Jackson on offense because I just want to have fun with gifts all year long with Michael Jackson dancing, doing the moonwalk. Defense. Could go Tony Grimes. I'm going to go CJ Madden.
I'm blanking on his name. The linebacker, Manny Powell. I'm going to go him for defense.
Good one.
I think linebacker is going to be an awesome unit for the defense, which Purdue has had in, probably since Derek Barnes. Offense, Bentley, I was thinking Bentley and I said Barnes, but offense,
Marcus Bailey even.
That's true.
Offense, I'm gonna go Ryan Brown. As I said, I'm worried about him, but I'm gonna be confident in him.
If he's team MVP, I think Purdue has a pretty good year.
Yeah.
I think CJ Madden will be team MVP on defense. I think he's going to be a disruption. I mean, the only other thing would be Tony Grimes, but I don't know if he's going to get enough picks and PBUs because they might pass.
They might stay away from him. Yeah.
I have to sit here and think it's got to be Maccabee just based on touches.
Yeah, I mean, so one of us has got to pick him.
yeah. I just hope he can stay healthy.
Yeah.
But Antonio Harris, what they're saying about him, I mean, I figured he'd be third string running back. And Malachi Thomas from Virginia Tech would be 2, but it looks like Harris going to be the number 2 back. So,
I
mean, Dub Jellison said he has more confidence in the running backs than any other unit on the team right now.
Crazy.
Okay. Because Jaheim Merriweather, Dub still thinks he has more talent than anybody in that room. So
that's wild.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, my gosh.
I think the biggest playmaker is probably going to be Burnham.
I hope so. I want him to do so well. Like he's, I mean, obviously we only saw him like his biggest flash. Obviously, was the IU game his freshman year. But man, I mean, they said he's like one of the best athletes, if not the best athlete on the team.
I think he's going to create mismatches. That's the only thing. He's like, in the middle of the field. But I just
on the damn ball in the video game. Though, I'll just say that
he's good for me.
I just think Maccabee's going to have the most touches, therefore probably be the offensive MVP. But I would probably think Burham would have the biggest impact.
Yeah, I hope he'll stay healthy.
So
they can walk on with his teammate Luke Girdle next year with basketball.
Do we want to do our bold predictions then before we wrap up?
Yeah,
sure.
Bold prediction then for the 2025 season, and spicy prediction too.
Oh, spicy! I didn't think about spicy. I got my bold prediction. I mean, they're kind of the same. Bold prediction: Purdue is plus in the turnover margin.
Ooh, that would be a first based on the data that I'm seeing.
I thought about that the minute we went live. Spicy prediction.
Kind of the same thing in a way.
They are
in a way.
I don't know if this is spicy, but I want to say Mock hits 1,000 yards. Because he hasn't done it yet. He was close 2 years ago.
I mean, if he has a big season, he can become Purdue's all-time leading rusher.
Yeah.
Oh, that's where I'm going with mine.
Is that spicy? No, hell yeah. Oh, it's spicy.
Yeah.
I got one. Purdue beats one rival. We got 3 on the schedule. Purdue beats one of them.
Sign me up. You remember my bold one last year?
No, I don't.
It was of Notre Dame, Penn State, and Oregon. We'd get one of the 3.
Yeah, that's right.
Oregon was the closest one, and that was 35-0. What a moron! What a moron! Thanks, Ryan. Douchebag.
Tanner, what's yours for the year?
One of my spicy one's going to be, assuming Porath is the kicker, he hits a game winner of 50 plus some point. So one of the 4 wins comes down to a 50-yarder. Hopefully it's not week 1 or 2. My God. Gosh, if it's week 1, I'm going to be on the plane grabbing the oxygen mask down from the chamber, putting it on. Bold prediction. Oh, I like that one, Webby. Bold prediction.
Wait, was that your spicy or was that your bold?
That was my spicy. My bold prediction.
Make that your bold prediction.
All right, that's a bold prediction.
Yeah.
Spicy prediction. Purdue beats a Big Ten opponent by 17 or more points.
Oh, I like it.
So it's either Northwestern or Rutgers for me.
I like John's comment.
Special teams wins 2 games.
That fake punt that was on Twitter was beautiful.
Yeah. I remember when that happened in the bowl game. I'm like, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
All right, Lynch. Bring us home.
Oh, boy.
No, I'm going to be opposite.
Amelia Earhart comes back to Ross 8.
Yep, she flies the plane straight out of the Bermuda Triangle, straight in the Ross 8 for our pregame flyover.
Hey, we have rabbits with horns out of their heads and stuff. I mean, the apocalypse is coming. It can happen. John says we beat IU. Shout out, John.
Very optimistic. I think this one's going to be. I think we're going to see 2009. What you brought up of Roth Bolden. I think it's going to be with Maccabee week 2. I think he's going to put up over 200 yards, and it might be 250.
Give him a helmet sticker. Give him a helmet sticker.
Yep, I remember that.
That's your bold. That's your bold.
That's my spicy.
Whatever. Okay.
Fine, I'll make it my bold.
Yeah.
Spicy prediction.
Get weird with it.
I did like that turnover one because that was actually in my mind. We are leading going into half against Notre Dame.
Don't play with my emotions.
Don't tease me.
Don't you do that. What, 3-0?
Yeah.
2-0?
10-7.
They snap it over the punter's head or something?
It's 10-7.
All right. Hey, that's 10 more points than we had or 3 more points we had against them last year.
Yeah.
We did score a touchdown.
Remember, hard, smart, tough.
Hard, smart, tough.
Let's move
the
the
t-shirt yet?
Huh? I'm going to buy it week 1. Trust me.
Please tell me you never bought a One Brick Hire shirt.
I did.
Oh my God.
Explains a lot about your love for the Dale, man.
I wish I still had it, actually.
He was a frequent visitor of 2012 degrees or 212 degrees.
Probably had the Player's A manual too.
I did never hazel my hat though.
You remember that's like right when social media was like really starting to boom. They gave instructions how to hazel your hat.
Yep. I remember they gave it during the basketball game.
Well, on that note, let's pay some bills. Talk about our great sponsors that are back on board again for the 2025 and 2026 Boiler Breakdown season, I guess we'll say.
Yeah.
That is Mad Mushroom and The Shop. Pumped to have them both on board. And Mad Mushroom's got the same promo code going on this year, online only this year. Break 5 for $5 off any order over $20. They've been serving Boilermakers since 1993. They're located in the heart of West Lafayette, right there on Purdue's campus. They're known as the home of the original cheese sticks. Whenever any of us visit, we like to sit down, have an ice cold beer while trying out their latest pizza of the month, which Aaron's going to tell you all about.
Yeah, it's a chicken caprese. It's a blended tomato sauce of chicken, chopped garlic, fresh spinach, grated Parmesan cheese, mozzarella cheese, fresh mozzarella pralinis, finished with basil and balsamic glazed.
Pearls.
No, it's pralinis.
Looks like pearls to me.
No, it's pralinis. Man, you need to expand your culinary background.
I'm taking.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Yes, I know who I'm talking to. The chicken strip guy.
Yep.
Go check it out when you're in town. Mad Mushroom, feed your head.
Yes, and use once again, madmushroom.com. Break 5, your coupon code for $5 off any order over $20. And Webby, tell us where you got that fine looking shirt and where I got this nice hat.
I probably should get a new ad read. But yeah, the shopindie.com. They've been serving, they've been making hometown apparel since 2011. Started out in the garage. Now they've got 3 retail locations across Indianapolis area. You've got one in Carmel, one in Broad Ripple, one in downtown Indy. So if you're in the Indianapolis area, maybe you're coming for the Indy Classic in December when Purdue takes on Auburn. And you get to watch Will Butler when. There you go. I think Indy Classic might be. No, I think Indy Classic's after that. You're right. Big Ten Championship. There you go. Or you're coming for a Colts game to watch Danny Dimes light it up for the Colts.
I'm going week 2. I love the news today.
Stop by one of their locations. If not, you can go online. They should be dropping the Purdue kind of kickoff line very soon. They just released IUs.
My wallet's hurting already.
Yeah, they just released IUs. They had even though it's IU, some pretty sweet.
Yeah, they did.
Some pretty sweet design. So you hope, if being a Purdue-owned company, that they're, even taking the next step up with the Purdue collection. So we'll obviously be pushing that on our socials when that does drop. But last year our code was breakdown for free shipping. We will confirm that with the shop to make sure that's the same. If not has changed. I know last year there were some issues, but we will get that sorted out for you guys. But the shopindie.com, they do incredible stuff. They had awesome stuff for the Pacers, or blue and gold, throughout their whole playoff run. They do some good stuff for the Colts, or Indianapolis football, because they don't have the license for it. But they do awesome stuff for a lot of Indiana colleges, minus the one up in South Bend. Even Ohio State, they do incredible stuff. Super comfortable, fit awesome. And yeah, there's good people as well. Boiler owned, more importantly.
Yes, sir. Yes, Sue. Support both of our great sponsors, and you will not be disappointed. So before I forget, like us and follow us on all social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, YouTube, at Boiler Break Pod, on all those. And if you're listening on your favorite audio podcast platform, please give us that 5-star rating and review, and make sure you are following us. I know sometimes I'm listening to the podcast, I think I'm following the podcast, I'm actually not. So make sure you're doing that. It really helps us out. Easy way to support our podcast with no expense. So any final thoughts, fellas, before we wrap it up for our week 0 pod?
Just glad that college football is back. I know last year was miserable. I wasn't sure if I'd be excited, but I'm right back. It
feels like forever ago.
Yeah, it feels like forever. Probably because it was a very long off season. But just excited for the Purdue sports season to start. Volleyball, soccer starting. Soccer just kind of kicked off. So looking forward to following the fall sports, not just football, and obviously getting ready for what could be one of the very exciting basketball season come November.
Let's leave it for November. Labor Day weekend is the best weekend of the year. College football kicking off, goes in the NFL the following Thursday. Yep. Enjoy it. There's great games, matchups. I think what Purdue, it's like Christmas all over again. We're going to get surprised. So if this team can improve each month, win a game each month, we're 4-8.
Yep.
Call it a success.
I'll take it.
Well said. Check us out Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. as we're joining Jonathan Clausen over at the Ball State of the Union YouTube show. Let's go on the YouTube channel. We'll be on there at 8:30, and we'll be coming to you live next week, most likely Wednesday, but we'll confirm that and get the word out on socials. Another reason to follow at Boiler Break Pod. For Aaron Lynch, for Evan Webb, I'm Tanner Lee. Boiler up, hammer down, and let's stay healthy for week 0.